What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today, this is just going to be just a real talk with you guys. I was walking my dog last night, and I was just thinking of just different ideas and just different things to film and talk about. And one of them that I always come back to is, man, if only I had this piece of gear or this lens or this vehicle or whatever the case may be, if only I had this. But in reality, I have all the tools I need to make awesome content. It's just I have to be more creative about it. It's not important to own the most expensive pieces of gear, but it's more important to own your own creativity. But let me first tell you about this shirt right here. So this one is a buddy of mine that lives in Florida. He is now selling his own clothes. He's created a brand for creators, not just digital creators like photographers, videographers, filmmakers. He is selling clothes with the creative in mind, regardless if you are a poet, a drummer, a singer, a vocalist, a photographer, filmmaker, anything that comes down to creativity. He is selling his clothes with that idea behind it. So I think this thing is pretty freaking dope. I mean, I've seen stuff very similar, but I really like this one, black and yellow. Awesome. And then on the back too, check this out. Pretty freaking dope, right? I like it a lot. So this is definitely gonna be one of my new favorite shirts, and you'll be seeing more of it. I don't know about you guys, but I know I sometimes get into creative ruts, and the ruts are more because the fact is I'm like, man, if only I had this gimbal, or only if I had this drone, or if I had this lens, I could make this awesome content. This idea that I have in my head, I can make this. But the thing is that even though you may not have that gimbal, that lens, that camera, that mic, that whatever, you're still able to make awesome content because you have the creativity behind it. Not everything requires really expensive gear. Now, don't get me wrong, having that expensive gear sometimes does make things easier, but it's not going to determine the videos and the photos that you make. I am a total sucker for gear. I do love buying gear. It's kind of like a rush when you get that new camera, that new lens, that new mic, that new light. It just feels good. You just want to create that, that drive to create is back again. But as our jobs as creators and content creators and artists and things like that, it's we have to push through that, man, I need this to get that, to make that. You don't. You really don't. Again, like I said, it may make it easier, but it's not going to be what makes the difference between you actually making that project or you taking that photo or whatever. It really just comes down to the mental block you have up in here. So let's just take a phone for an example. Now, this is not an iPhone 12, this is just an iPhone 11 Pro. Now, with that being said, I have a very love-hate relationship with cell phones, and the reason why is because of the camera. The camera on cell phones now, from I would say the 11 to the 12, and then some of the new Google Pixels, and then the Samsung phones, I don't remember the models because there's so many different numbers. They're becoming so good that you almost don't even need a DSLR or a mirrorless camera to make great content. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that this right here is going to replace this. It's not, there's no way. The sensor is larger, the dynamic range is better, you have better optics in there. I mean, there's so many pros to an actual camera versus a cell phone, but this is the best camera that you will always have with you because it is always with you. You have that option to create 24/7 at your bedside, in your pocket, at work, at lunch, school, wherever. You have that ability, and it's because of what we have in our pocket. Now, yes, phones are not cheap. They're not, especially this one. This is, I think, maybe $1,000. I mean, again, it comes down to the gear and what you have available to you to make the art that you want. And then recently, I've been kind of itching to buy something new, and it's not really because I need it. I just want it. And with the generation that we live in, we want what we see online, what we see on social media. So it's not always about what we want, it's more about what we need to make our things work. I want a new computer. Do I need a new computer? It still works for me, it does. It's a little slow, but it works. Do I need a new camera? No, I love my camera, but I would love to have a second one. Do I need a new microphone? Maybe, but it works. Do I need a new light? Probably, but you know what? For the time being, it's working for me. So this really is just me telling you guys as budding filmmakers, budding photographers, that use what you have. Don't be spending money that you don't have to make it look like you have a lot of money. It's more about making yourself financially stable first and then being able to own and buy these pieces of gear. So that was just gonna be my little talk to you guys. I definitely didn't really plan on making this video. I just kind of had it in my head, and I figured if I don't do it now, it's gonna just float away, because I usually forget to write down my ideas, and that's what happened. I had an idea last night and I totally forgot. Maybe that could be another video, just talking about ideas and how to make sure you write them down. I don't know. But guys, I will catch you in the next video. Again, this is gonna be a quick and easy one, nothing too crazy, just me voicing my opinion and talking to you guys on the other end of this camera. So see you guys later. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for watching. If you are a new subscriber, heck, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. One thing that you guys can do for me that really makes a difference is hitting that like button. It makes a world of difference, so please do that. And no, I'm not gonna do that. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.